Hey guys, today I am doing a simple everyday makeup look. I wear this to school, to dancing, into town, into London, and so you can do it for whenever, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So last night I used this face mask from Body Shop. It's a skin clearing clay mask and it's got tea tree. I don't know if it's actually got tea tree oil in it or if it's just got elements of tea treeness. Well, this is all in a language I don't understand. So yeah, it's something to do with tea tree. I find this to be really good. I don't really know how to explain it. It kind of dries up my spots rather than actually, like, I can't really explain it. It like dries them up really fast. They're not like, they get smaller, and yeah. So after a couple of weeks of using it, I've only used it a couple of times last night and last week on Saturday night, because I only just got it for Christmas and then I just haven't used it since then. But you're only supposed to use it 1 to 2 times a week, and then during the school days I just don't really have time. So to start off with, I use Simple's cleansing lotion. I prefer this in the mornings because it's a cream that you can rub in instead of having to go to the sink, use a cotton bud or whatever. So it's just kind of easier because time is limited before school and I don't have time to be trying to rinse my face with loads of different things, so I just rub this in everywhere. So it's been a few minutes now and I am going to move on to my Simple Rich Moisturiser. You will notice that, well, you won't now, but all of my, other than the mask, all of my kind of skincare products are Simple. I find that this is the brand that reacts least with my skin. I get quite bad redness and irritation if I use any, mostly perfume products, but I find that Simple is the least irritable upon my skin. So yeah, I like to use that most. I only use a tiny little bit of this because I tend to run out of it quite quickly, because obviously I use it every day and then I sometimes use it at night, but I'd say just a little, that size blob is enough. And so I just rub it into my hands first because then I'm automatically moisturising my hands as well, and then I rub it in to my face. I forgot to say that this is the Rich Moisturiser because when I did used to use the Light Moisturiser, because it's usually, there's more of it on the shelves, but it, especially during the colder times, it just wasn't heavy enough. My skin got really dry throughout the day, and this has worked a dream. So after having let the moisturiser sit, I apply my foundation, which is Benefit's Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow. It is in colour Ivory, which I use in my less tanned months. But yeah, so I use just a triangle sponge. I have got a few beauty blenders, but I still haven't figured out how to use them properly, and like, they're not as squishy as these ones, and I find the squishiness of this helps massively. So I get really red cheeks, and so I apply it all over my lovely red cheeks, my nose. I do not put it up here usually, or like the other side, because my skin there is quite good, and so I don't want to ruin it by constantly putting makeup on it when it doesn't really need it. And obviously I've put moisturiser on it before anyway, so it's already got a primer for powders and stuff. So after I have put my foundation on, I put my bronzer on, and I use, it's kind of scummy, the box, because it sits in my makeup bag a lot on the way to dancing on Saturdays, and all the makeup kind of mixes together. Sorry. And so I use Hoola by Benefit. It is just kind of, it's a matte kind of normal bronzer, and I apply it with a Barbara Daly makeup brush. I don't know what this is. If anything, I want to say it's just a normal powder brush, but I've had this for quite a while, so I should probably be getting them some new ones. But yeah, it's quite good. And so I just take a wee little and cap it off, blow it off a little bit, and then I apply it along here where my natural cheekbone line is, all the way down to like here. And then depending on where I'm going, for school I don't normally, but for dancing I tend to put a little bit of bronzer here just to contour that area. I only use one like load of bronzer for this bit because it shouldn't be too heavy, and then I just bring it up into the top of my forehead, because I have quite a large forehead, so it just kind of gives the illusion of it being smaller. A lot of people contour their nose, but my eyes are quite far apart, and so if I contour my nose, then my eyes will look like even further apart, which I don't want, and my nose isn't particularly wide, so it doesn't really matter to make it thinner. And then I put a little bit of bronzer under my chin, just in this area, to stop any possible double chin action, or to avoid double chin action. So it's going to happen anyway, isn't it? For Christmas, for my advent calendar, I got a Benefit advent calendar, so I've got quite a few mini versions, and one of the mini versions that I got is this Rockateur blusher by Benefit, and it's honestly the most gorgeous colour for everyday wear. It's, I can't really explain it, it's quite it's not particularly coral, but it's kind of more towards that end than pink or red. And I just give that a little swirl. Don't bother tapping because it's not particularly pigmented, which I prefer anyway, because you don't end up with bright red like cheeks. And so just put it on the apples of your cheeks. I use the same brush as I used for my bronzer. I just take that all the way up my cheekbone. I usually just use this as the kind of highlighter. And after that I used, I've lost the lid, well I haven't lost it, it's smashed, but it is Stay Matte by Rimmel, I believe. Yeah, Rimmel. And I've got it in number 3, Peach Glow. After I have applied my face, I begin with my eyebrows, which I use the Naked by Urban Decay number 1 eyeshadow palette. I've had mine for quite a while, as you can see it's quite raw, but all the colours are still quite intact. And then I use this Superdry eyeliner brush. You can't see that, but yeah, Superdry eyeliner brush, and I use the colour Naked, just a little dab, and then I do the kind of inner corner to where my eyebrows go out to, draw a little line there, and then draw straight up from there up to the arch, and then blend it out with the flat line. That's only to do this part, and then to do the other side, like this little stalky bit, I use Buck. I feel that if you use different colours for the different parts, it gives more of a natural effect, especially because my eyebrows naturally get thinner as I get close to the centre. I'm pretty sure that's what most people's do. And then just blend it in. I tweeze my own eyebrows. I used to get them waxed, but my waxer would do them into like lines and it looked horrific. And then I got it threaded, and then to maintain the threading I've just been plucking it myself because, to be honest, it's not worth paying for it. And then I just repeat the process on the other side. After I have filled in my other eyebrow, I use this Barbara Daly eyebrow brush to brush the inner corner up and then the rest of it out and down to make sure that there's no excess powder, and it just gives a more natural look if they're brushed, because you can see all the finer hairs kind of working together into a shape. After I've done my eyebrows, I do a slight eyeshadow look on my inner crease, my outer crease, with Buck and the Superdry EyeBlender. I find this to be a lot softer than other brushes that I've used in the past, so it's really good. And then I just apply it to my outer crease, blend it all the way in, move it a little bit onto here, the outer corner, and then I repeat it on the other side. After I have done the same thing on the other side, I use my Benefit Real mascara. As you can see, I've used this quite a lot, as that has already rubbed off, and I've only had it since Christmas, as it was a part of the Benefit Advent Calendar minis. And I just do the typical mascara application all the way across my top lashes, and then once I've got rid of all the little clumpy lumpy bits that decide to come out, I do the same to my bottom lashes. And then wipe a bit underneath, because I always manage to get some underneath when I do my bottom lashes. And I just need to repeat on the other side. Once I have repeated that on the other side, that's me pretty much done. I then use a makeup wipe. These are my general everyday makeup wipes. I use Simple's Quick Fix Spotless Skin Cleansing Wipes. And I get rid of the little, because where I put my foundation on, it's sat here and I've got a lovely orangey mark there, so I rub that off and then clean my hands a little bit, and then I got all the foundation off of my lips, just so you don't get that horrible kind of foundation lip look. And it actually helps you shape your lips without having to put lipstick or lip gloss or whatever on. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you found it useful. I will put all of the products that I used in the description down below. I will put my social media names below, so my Instagram and my Twitter name, and follow me on there if you found this useful, as I will be keeping them updated with all of my future videos. Bye bye for now.